What's up, guys? It's Jaboosle here, back with another podcast episode. I think we've settled on a name finally. Me and AB here, we've settled on the Beyond Mobile name, so that's what the podcast is going to be called from here on. But yeah, we're here with a bunch of interesting topics for you guys here today. AB, you want to say hi?
Yeah, welcome everybody. Welcome to the Beyond Mobile podcast. Thank you to Jaboozle for coming up with such a cool name. I like it. I hope you guys that are listening enjoy it as well, and hopefully it can become like a thing. We can start like What's a good acronym? It would be like BMP,
Yeah, that I
Beyond
mean,
Mobile Podcast. BMP. It sounds pretty good. I like it.
yeah, it sounds. I don't think I know anything else that's using that. Those letters or whatever and together. So yeah, I think that's pretty good.
I like it. Today we're gonna bring you guys some cool and interesting news in the gaming sphere. This is beyond gaming, or beyond mobile gaming. So we're gonna touch on things outside of just mobile gaming, things in the streamer world, in just a bunch of stuff. I don't want to spoil everything, but we got some interesting stuff for you guys today. And Jaboozle, you want to start us off with our first topic?
Yeah, so I know we just went over a couple of the topics, but I forgot I wrote one down. I wanted to just mention because I know so many of both my subscribers as well as yours are interested in Combat Master, and obviously we're getting close to the end of 2023, which is still in the time frame of when Alpha Bravo promised that the Combat Zone would be coming out, and there was a little bit of, I guess, confusion, controversy, I guess you could say, in the last few days, maybe week, where there was some. I think you could clear it up a little bit better than I can, but I guess there was something that said that partnered content creators, were going to be getting early access to the combat zone, the BR mode. But it seems like they're kind of changing that opinion now, and it looks like we're not going to be getting early access to it. So, did you want to talk about that? Because I know you made a video on it.
Yeah, so whenever I get stuff about Combat Master or I get any kind of like information, I usually jump on those videos right away because I want to get the information out as quick as possible. With this last video that I did about the early access, I kind of took like a day or two to kind of like, well, let me see if things change, and because the word was, that the partnered content creators, there's only a handful of us. There's like me, Pickled Gamer, Cold Mobile, Goof. It's just like it's a very
Yeah.
small group of partnered, quote unquote partnered content creators that Alpha Bravo works with. And when we heard that, I was like, okay, as long as nothing changes, I'm gonna go ahead and make the video about this and let people know about it. And then like literally like the next day, it turns out that they kind of walked that statement back. That's not gonna be the case anymore. I did DM Spry and Alpha Bravo to kind of get some more clarification, or see if we can convince them to do otherwise. But I haven't heard anything back, which is why I haven't made like a follow up video. But
Yeah.
it looks like more likely than not there will not be an early access. So I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. I know some people were upset that partnered creators were going to get access to it before everybody else. It looks like Alpha Bravo's thinking is to just give access to everybody at the same time, and everybody can give their feedback. When everybody gets to play it, I guess. So yeah, there's that.
Yeah,
Kind of crazy.
I was kind of disappointed that they kind of walked back on that because I thought it was a good idea because recently, obviously, Modern Warfare 3 released with Call of Duty, and I remember like a month or two before MW3 released, I think Activision flew out a bunch of like popular Call of Duty content creators, and they all got to play the game privately. And I remember the day that like all of them went home and they were all just tweeting like, "Oh my god, Call of Duty's back," or like MW3 is everything that we wanted and more and stuff. And I thought that that was really cool because they gave access to these content creators that are obviously dedicated to the game and stuff like that, and it did generate a lot of hype for the game because people were now like, "Oh, even the content creators are saying that this is really good now and stuff." And I kind of saw Combat Master doing like, or at least having the ability to do something similar where they could give you guys essentially early access to it, and then you guys could kind of promote it a little bit and maybe make videos on it being like, "Guys, I played it, it's really really good, you guys are gonna enjoy this, it's gonna be really awesome." But now it seems like they're kind of just reserving it, so until I guess it's ready for absolutely everyone and stuff. And so I can definitely see the argument that, like, I guess non-content creators would have gotten a little bit upset, but at the same time, I think it would have been a really good opportunity to kind of promote the update.
Yeah, I mean, from a content creator perspective, anytime that you get like, exclusive news or material for your videos, that's a big plus, especially being a partner creator. You think that there's going to be some perks that come with that. Um, you know, we've seen it like for example, like with Arena Breakout and how much support that they give their partnered content creators. You
Mhm.
know, people got to understand, it's not being a partner content creator for Combat Master, it's there's not a whole lot that they offer, you know.
Yeah,
So getting access to like exclusive upcoming news or whatever, like that's huge. And and I think if you look at the history of Combat Master videos and what succeeds and what excels in the algorithm, it's usually like leak videos, early looks at things,
definitely.
those kind of videos generate a lot of hype and a lot of traffic to your channel, to your game. It's always kind of been like a win-win situation. So it's kind of unfortunately me personally as like a partner content creator along with the other partner content creators. It's a bummer. It's a big letdown. Um, because there aren't, like I said, there aren't a whole lot of perks to it. So
Yeah,
we're just constantly just waiting and waiting for news, waiting for this, waiting for that, and Call of Duty does it, Arena Breakout does it. A lot of big companies, they have like their few content creators that they give early access to stuff and they give feedback, and then they communicate that to their audience, and then in turn it generates hype, which in potentially more money, more revenue for the game. But it is what it is. It's not my game at the end of the day. I know it's very disappointing. I know you have access, Jab. Do you have access to the dev contact chat, so you
yeah.
see all like the upset content creators in there, dude. I know
Dude,
you've seen them.
I checked it out today to see if anyone had commented on it, and yeah, there's some upset people in there.
Yeah, and it's a private chat, so I'm never gonna like just full on leak any of that stuff. But yeah,
Oh, dude, I've
there's
done
been
it.
a lot of. I mean, I'll do like little like snippets. I'll clip something out of there, but yeah, it's a lot of upset people in there, dude. Yeah, I mean, it is what it is, though. I think
Yeah.
I think it's just gonna it's gonna bum out the audience as well, like the community. I mean, because now everybody's just gonna wait. I have so many people telling me and asking me like, is it gonna come out? Is it gonna happen? Is it, what's gonna happen with the combat zone? When will it release? And now I'm just like, I don't know, dude. I don't even have
Mm,
early. Like we have no idea, bro. It's supposed to be this year, but no idea.
dude, I made a TikTok about how in the last update, the Demon Slayer update, they included that like 8-second little teaser of a combat zone.
Yes.
I made a TikTok of that. Literally, I just recorded that 8-second clip and I uploaded it, and that TikTok got like, I think it's almost at 300K views or something like that. So
Crazy.
I have hundreds of TikTok comments being like, when does it come out? When is it going to be available? Is it out now? Like, just it's so many that I just have to kind of like ignore some of them now because it'll take me forever to respond individually to every single one and stuff. And so I would love to be able to make like an updated, TikTok of that, showcasing like, I played it and it's really good and you guys are gonna be excited for it or whatever, things like that. But it does kind of suck that they kind of walked back on that. Again, I can kind of see, the thinking of Alpha Bravo where he's like, I want to release it for everyone, not just, just the content creators or whatever. But at the same time, as a content creator, and like you said, a lot of games do this, like sometimes it is nice to give your content creators early access because they can kind of generate some hype and some momentum right before the update or whatever it is comes out. um but yeah, I just hope that everything is going good and that they are gonna stick to their release date of their promise, really, of releasing before the end of 2023. We still have like what, a month and a half. So yeah, if they don't end up doing early access, it sucks. But I mean, if they can still land, that release date for 2023, then I guess it'll be, it'll still be worth it in the end or whatever.
Yeah, yeah. If it releases by the end of the year, then at least they stuck to one of their promises. The one thing that I will say, or the last thing, if if you want to move on to another topic,
Yeah, yeah.
the last thing I'll say about the update is it's kind of, it falls in line with Alpha Bravo's I guess ideology of how they release updates and content. They stay quiet for a really long time. They'll
Yeah.
release like one quick trailer of upcoming content. Then they go silent for a really long time. Then they drop the update. Everybody's happy, and then they go silent again. The last time that they released anything early, I guess you can say, was when they released the Android update and not the iOS update. And iOS landed like a whole month later, um,
Yeah.
or 2 months later. So maybe they're just trying to avoid that again. They don't want to disappoint anybody. They don't want to divide their community. Um, so if we don't get early access, if they decided to walk it back because they don't want to see any kind of division or whatever, it totally falls in line with the stuff that they've already done in the past. So it's nothing new. It sucks, but it's nothing new. It's right along with all the other stuff that they do and how they handle things. I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised.
Yeah, it was yeah, I think the last thing I'll just say, it's not really related, but one thing that kind of trips me out is like how popular this game even is, because obviously you and I are here still talking about it, almost 2 years after it released. and
Mm-hmm.
and obviously it's brought a ton of success to both of our channels, and a bunch of people that might not have otherwise ever discovered us and stuff. And it's crazy that this game is like, we've been waiting so long for these updates and stuff, but like there's something special about the game where people will wait that long for these updates and these little improvements and stuff. And I think it just goes to
Man,
show that, yeah, like they I don't know what it is, but they did something like kind of special with this game, because there's obviously still like thousands and thousands of people waiting. Like I mentioned earlier, the TikTok that I made of the BR teaser, 300K views and like hundreds and hundreds of comments of people just being like, "Can I play it now? Where is it?" and stuff like that. And so, yeah, I just hope that they kind of keep that in mind, and going forward after this update, maybe they adopt a new update model where they kind of release updates a lot quicker, and maybe just smaller, like, oh, we fixed this thing, and these bugs were fixed or whatever, instead of 6 months in between each update, or 3 months in between each update, or whatever it is. But yeah, that's the last thing I'll say about it. But hopefully they get it out before the end of 2023, and hopefully we're all playing the combat zone in the next month or so.
yeah, hopefully, fingers crossed.
But yeah, you had a super interesting topic that I think a lot of us will have a lot to say about. I know me personally, I got a lot to say about it. Sorry. And I'm sure a lot of people listening will also have a lot to say about it. But the Game Awards, do you want to go ahead and talk about that?
Yeah, I'll share my screen here of so there's a couple Game Awards that are, I guess, going on, and one that just happened.
Mhm.
There's one that is going on at the moment. I guess you can still go in and vote. Let me see. I believe it's thegameawards.com. So let me share that with you. Um, okay, I think it's there. Shoot, let me blow this up. Okay. So the Game Awards, shoot, let me change my window, sorry. Um, okay. So thegameawards.com, they have a bunch of categories going on right now. They have different
Mhm.
categories, different nominees. For example, if I check out their view all their categories, they have, here are your 2023 nominees. So Game of the Year, Best Game Direction, and probably what pertains a little bit more to us is this Best Mobile Game Genre. And
Yeah.
here are the nominees: Final Fantasy VII, Ever Crisis. I don't know who plays that. Hello Kitty Island Adventure. I've never even heard of this game.
Dude,
Honkai
it's
Star
it's the best
Rail.
game ever.
Best game ever, Jab.
The Hello Kitty one.
um, Honkai Star Rail. I've honestly never played it. Monster Hunter Now. I mean, I know the Monster Hunter series is huge. I haven't played this one myself. And then last but not least, Terra Nil by Free Lives and Netflix. So
Oh
Uh,
man.
w- what is this list, dude? What the hell is this?
I feel like,
Why?
yeah, I feel like this, I don't know, dude. I think this just goes to show how out of touch the Game Awards is when it comes to mobile games and stuff. I genuinely think that out of these 5 games, the only one that actually deserves to be on the list is Honkai Star Rail.
Oh, I
And
thought you were
that
gonna say Hello Kitty.
no. Now, realistically, Honkai Star Rail is a pretty big like deal. It's made by the people that made Genshin Impact, and it's it's like it's not that similar because it's not like an open world RPG, but it's like a turn based game, so similar to like Pokemon or Persona or things like that. But realistically, it's the only one on here that I think, in terms of actual like numbers and in terms of like how popular it is and stuff like that, I think it's the only one that really deserves to be on here. These other ones, I have no idea what they were thinking. Like Hello Kitty Island Adventure, like who's playing that? Like who realistically, how many people do you know in your real life that are playing Hello Kitty on their phone? Uh Same thing with the
I didn't even know this thing existed.
Yeah, me neither. I didn't know until this, and then I looked it up and I'm like, bro, like this is just like another shovelware game. Like it's like whatever. Same thing with Terra Nil. Like it's a Netflix game. It's literally locked behind a paywall. So most people are not going to be playing this game because you need a Netflix subscription to even play it in the first place, I think. And Final Fantasy VII Ever Crisis, never played it. Obviously, it's a Final Fantasy game and stuff. But if the
It's not
previous
that battle royale game, right?
no, that shit shut down like like the first year. And you know what's so funny about that
Man,
game? I actually made a video about that game, and I remember
I remember.
some people DM'd me being like, "You don't know what you're talking about. Like it's gonna pick up soon." And then they announced that it was gonna shut down, and then I was like, oh, "Okay, yeah, sure." But yeah, I don't know. I think like the Monster Hunter Now game, like you mentioned, Monster Hunter is a huge franchise, but this is made by Niantic, the developers behind Pokemon Go. So it's literally a Pokemon Go clone, but with a Monster Hunter skin over it. And yeah,
Oh,
it's one of those like play IRL sort of like travel around and stuff like that. It's one of those games. And none of those games have really taken off other than Pokemon Go. Like I think Niantic made one before Pokemon Go that was like it had its own community, but it wasn't really mainstream. And then obviously Pokemon Go was like the biggest one. And then since then there was like a Witcher Pokemon clone, there was a Monster Hunter Pokemon clone. Like none of these really took
oh
off or
wow.
whatever. Yeah, and so I don't know. This whole list to me is just very clearly made by someone who's like kind of out of touch, and it's crazy that
Yeah, I
like
don't know how these. So what's interesting is that I guess you can just create an account and you can vote for these games,
yeah.
but these are your options. So it's like these are kind of rigged to a certain degree. Or I don't know how these even became nominees. It's very
Yeah.
weird. I'm looking at reviews for Hello Kitty Island Adventure on my phone right now,
Yeah.
and this game on Android has over 5 million downloads, has a 4.5 star rating with 39,000 reviews, which is huge.
Oh,
The first the first review that I see here from September 28, 2023 says, I'm a 30-year-old female who's not easily amused and has never been into Hello Kitty. This, however, is adorable and fun to play. Okay.
you know why? I'm looking at it on the App Store. You know why this game is, I guess, popular? It's
Why is
it's
that?
it's a what is that game called?
Those got not no, what do they call that? Like pachinko games or what?
Yeah, it's like
Like a little
a
puzzle game.
yeah. It kind of gives me like, oh, this is on Apple Arcade. Wait, you said it was on Android too?
Oh wait, no, this is a different. Oh, I'm sorry, this is a different game. I'm sorry. Oh, wait a minute. It's not even available on Android.
No, yeah,
There's
yeah,
a
yeah.
whole series of Hello Kitty games on Android,
Dude,
but
the one.
not Island Adventure, not this particular game.
Okay, I'm gonna have to edit this into the podcast after because I'm looking at this literally like on my phone. The reason I guess it's popular, so to say, it's an Animal Crossing clone. It's
Oh, is it just like Animal Crossing?
yeah. I'm watching the App Store like the little trailer video. they're decorating their house, they're capturing like the bugs outside, they're creating stuff. It's literally an Animal Crossing clone but with the Hello Kitty skin over it.
That's crazy.
Oh, they have, you can dive underwater. Okay, never mind. I changed everything about my opinion on this game. This is the best game ever.
It's the best game ever. Okay, hold on. I gotta look it up now. I gotta look it up now.
But
Hello.
okay,
Yeah.
but even that it's an Apple Arcade game, which means that you also have to have a subscription to be able to play it. So that's the second game on this list that you need a subscription to even access the game in the first place. That's kind of
And
weird
it
to
must be
me.
an iOS exclusive, right?
Yeah, if it's on Apple Arcade, then I'm pretty sure those games only release on iOS and maybe the Nintendo Switch, but I'm not too sure about that. But
That's
yeah,
crazy, man.
yeah, that's literally like 20%. I don't even know the percentages. I suck at math, but 20% of their games are locked behind a paywall, so you can't even play them unless you sign up for either Apple Arcade, and obviously that means you need an iOS device, or if you sign up for Netflix, which means you need to pay like what, $10-15 a month or something like that.
I think I just got charged $20 for Netflix.
Oh my god, dude. They better not
Yeah,
have
everything is going
increased.
up.
They better not have increased my plan, or I'm gonna be pissed.
Dude, everything is going up. Dude, the other day I was in a store and this like random little like 9-year-old kid was ahead of me. And I heard when he was paying the cashier.
Yeah.
And the cashier told him his total or whatever. And tell me why this little 9-year-old kid pulled out a wad of cash from his pocket and was like, "Man, prices are really going up, huh?" So even even so we got these like little 9-year-olds becoming like, boomers because the economy is so bad right now.
Oh my god, dude, that's so funny. I used to come home from
um
school with like $1.50, and I would make it home with like a bag of chips and a soda. And now for like $1.50, you can't, oh, you can't, yeah, you can't even really buy like a bag of chips. Like it'll be a small bag if
you can't
anything.
even get yeah, you can't even get a soda for $1.50 anymore.
Yeah, even the corner store next to my house, which is supposed to be, like a cheap place or whatever, the cans of like individual soda are like $1.25, $1.50 or whatever. I used to come home with like a whole little snack thing like full of that. It's crazy how expensive things are now, man. But
So out of these, I was gonna say out of these five games, which game gets your vote, Jab?
oh, it's Honkai, absolutely. Like it's the only game
Really?
that, yeah, it's the only game in my opinion that even deserves to be on here. One thing to note about this list is that I think I can't remember who said it, but I guess they only consider like mobile game of the year. They only consider games that actually released in that year. So obviously things like COD Mobile or PUBG Mobile or things like that won't make the list because they were not released in 2023. But yeah, in
Oh,
terms of,
that makes sense. That makes sense.
yeah, so I guess they're only counting games that actually released this year. But even still, there's a big FPS game that released this year, obviously with Arena Breakout. Like that's literally in my opinion, at least the biggest FPS release of the year that's still around. I guess maybe you could argue that Apex Mobile was bigger, but obviously it shut down, so it's like whatever. Actually, I don't even know. Did Apex Mobile release in 2023 or was it late 2022?
I think it was 22 when it released,
Oh, okay. Well, then we
right?
would,
Right?
yeah.
Because it released in 22, and then it shut down the same year, right? It didn't even make it a full year.
Let me look that up. Someone's gonna correct this if not. Oh yeah, it was May 2022. Oh damn, I was wrong with my
Yeah.
dates.
We've already gone a whole year without Apex Legends.
Jesus Christ. Do you guys remember when we had an Apex mobile game and then we all took it for granted and now it's dead?
Imagine.
But yeah,
Imagine.
I mean even still then that just means yeah, like Arena Breakout was the biggest FPS release of 2023 in my opinion at least. Like they're like what was bigger, you know? And it's crazy that
Right.
that didn't even make this list. Like it's getting so many views on YouTube and TikTok. So many
Mhm.
content creators have grown with Arena Breakout. Like I think what was his name? iStream. I'm pretty sure
Yeah.
this dude's like climbed like tens of thousands of subscribers since Arena Breakout. Like It's absolutely crazy, like how many
You know what's really cool about the Arena Breakout like channel and all that is that their like main channel they host Arena Breakout content creators. So the other like the last few nights, I saw that Pills Gaming was live streaming on the official Arena Breakout channel, which is really cool of them to do.
oh shit, shout out Pills. He's the homie. Yeah,
I went
look.
into his chat and I was like, "Man, this game looks great." And then I was like, "But I can't play because my thumbs hurt."
Dude, I've said it because I was asked this question in my last couple of live streams where they're like, why aren't you playing Arena Breakout? It's like I'm dumb. Like it's a very hard game. It's like a tactical shooter. It requires a lot of knowledge and a lot of game sense and stuff like that. It's too hard for me. But the people that actually connect with this game and like are actually good with it, like the views are crazy. I'm looking at iStream's YouTube right now. 18K views, 21K views, 10K, 34K, 21K. The dude's about to hit 100,000 subscribers off Arena Breakout. Like it's crazy. And
Yeah.
yeah, it's crazy that a game like that has that much success in the content creation scene and on Google Play and the App Store. It's crazy that that game wasn't featured, you know. But two games that you need a subscription for, apparently those are on here.
Yep. But you know what though? It, I was gonna point out that shoot, let me make sure I'm in the right window. 1 second, dude. Because Arena Breakout is definitely getting the props it deserves. Because let me share my other window with you. Because
Yeah.
the Game Awards, as much as we feel like it might be out of touch, there was another awards that just happened. I guess they wrapped up already. There's another one called the Knicks Game
Hmm.
Awards, and I'll share this one with you. And this one here, the Knicks Game Awards, they have Arena Breakout has like 11 categories that they won in.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
Uh,
so this is the year that they won in 2023 in the mobile game, category. Arena Breakout won for best mobile shooting game.
mm-hmm.
Arena Breakout takes another win for best gameplay. It took
Facts.
another win for best innovation. It won best action game, best action mobile game, best first person perspective mobile game. It won best game design for a mobile game.
Wow.
It also won best mobile game, best performance. I'm guessing that's how it optimized and how it runs and all that.
Mm.
And then there was one for best technology, another victory for best art direction,
Wow.
and it also won best visual art. Um, it also won for mobile game best multiplayer.
Wow. That's
So
such.
S- So shout out to Arena Breakout. Even though it's a game that I don't, play, I do recognize that it is a very it's a good game. And it other, you know, the Knicks Game Awards, they take note of that and it won a bunch of awards. I mean, there's other games on here like Monopoly Go and you know, here's the Hello Kitty adventure game. It must be really
Oh,
good. They
best
won best
family game.
family mobile game.
I can see
Yep.
that. I can see that. Yeah.
Um, and so yeah, I mean, Arena Breakout. I mean, could we say 2023 was basically like the year of Arena Breakout,
I think
or at
so.
least a breakout game, best new game?
Ooh, that's a good one. Best breakout game. That's a good one. I think so. I mean, if you think about it, like all of the, not counting the ones that are in like soft launch or beta or whatever, like all of the mobile shooters that actually released in the last, I want to say like 2 years, they all kind of flopped, right? I mean, Apex shut down, Battlefield Mobile shut down as well. New State Mobile flopped. Um, what else was there? I mean, Combat Master, I guess, is the one that's kind of holding
Uh,
on still.
A lot of people are falling out of it though. A lot of people have let me know that
Yeah.
they're like, I'm done with this game. I'm not playing this game.
Yeah,
Um,
they're definitely taking a little bit too long. I've seen content creators and community members both say the same thing. But I mean, Arena Breakout, it seems like every month it's like another content creator is like growing with this game, and they're about to hit a really big milestone or whatever, and the numbers are insane, and they've recruited people like Ferg or people like I think I've seen like a couple of other big content creators make videos on it. Winsanity is like another one and stuff. So they they just keep getting bigger. Like and it's crazy because I think before the game actually released, like there wasn't this amount of like hype around it and stuff. I think a lot of people were kind of assuming that it was going to underperform because it was so similar to Tarkov, and it was kind of like really hard and tactical and stuff like that, but it just keeps in my opinion, like it just keeps getting bigger and bigger. And yeah, I think it for shooters at least, it for sure was the year of Arena Breakout.
yeah, it. I mean, I just think that this game, from their like promotional material, their advertising, and like you mentioned, them acquiring like big promoting their like content creators, and like I said earlier, Pills Gaming, featured on their main like 100,000 subscriber channel. That's a
Wow.
huge platform for a smaller content creator. And I mean, they're giving so much exposure, and it wouldn't have the success if it didn't have the gameplay behind it. And I think, as complicated as it is for someone like me, I see it. It's definitely got some good game design. It looks great. I saw your videos of showcasing, and the amazing graphics and everything about that game. So, I mean, I think it's a well deserved, the accolades. It deserves it. And shout out to anyone that is, riding the Arena Breakout hype train, because, like you said, ice stream is blowing up, and along with a lot of content creators right now.
Yeah. But yeah, the Game Awards kind of an L when it comes to the mobile gaming category.
Yeah, I don't know what the hell they were doing.
Nick's Game Rewards, obvious W because they actually recognized the two best games of 2023, which is Arena Breakout and Hello Kitty, obviously. But
Yep.
well, yeah, I had another topic that I actually just saw like a couple minutes ago, and
Let's do it.
it's not mobile though, but it's something that I think both of us have a little bit of an interest in. The Last of Us Part Two is apparently getting
Ooh,
remastered for PS5.
already?
Yeah, it's a 2.5 to 3 year old game getting remastered.
Oh, already? I haven't even beat it yet, dude. I haven't
Neither
finished my series on it yet.
neither have I'm probably like 60-70% of the way through, but yeah, apparently we're getting remasters for 3 year old games that were already very impressive. But yeah, apparently this remaster, it's obviously it's like meant to take advantage of the PS5 because I think they did do an update for the PS5 where they basically, if you're playing it on PS5, it will play at 60 FPS, but if you're playing on PS4, then obviously it won't. But this remastered version apparently is supposed to include a bunch of new features and new stuff apparently. So I'm seeing that it says that they will offer a native 4K mode, like the
Do you, do you,
fidelity mode.
do you have a window you could share so I can
Oh,
follow along with you?
yeah. My bad. Start an activity, share your screen. Okay, my bad. I totally forgot about that.
It's all good.
Okay.
I gotta see this. I gotta see this, man.
Yeah, so the good thing is that if
Oh,
you own the PS4 version, you can get the remastered version for only $10. So that's good because
oh wow.
personally, I thought they were gonna charge the full 70 for the PS5 version, regardless if you owned the PS4 version or not. But apparently not. Apparently you can upgrade for $10. But yeah, it says the biggest new addition seems to be a rogue-like survival mode called No Return. So there is a new game mode to actually play, which is pretty interesting. And on top of that, it says they offer a native 4K fidelity mode and what else? 1440p upscale to 4K when in performance mode. So 1440p, I guess 60 FPS. And they're
Wow.
Yeah, and they also took advantage. It says you can expect improved loading times as well as dual sense features like haptic feedback and adaptive triggers. And then on top of that, there is a new guitar free play mode with unlockable
Oh, that's
instruments.
sick, dude.
Yeah, so
That's sick.
they're actually adding some stuff that was not in the PS4 version, obviously. You know, with that roguelike mode, with the guitar mode, and then some new technical upgrades. I think right now it's like 1080p 60 FPS on PS5, but I guess now they're gonna offer 1440p 60 and then 4K. I'm assuming 30 FPS. But yeah, what do you think about this though?
I think that is pretty. If I feel like, especially after what Activision just did to Modern Warfare 2 owners, by making us pay for a full 70 for Modern Warfare 3, I feel like this is more in line to what we should have paid, an extra $10 for an upgrade, essentially, if we've already owned the previous game or the PS4 version. That's that's pretty cool. One thing that I was kind of hoping for was a multiplayer. I know,
Yeah.
I believe The Last of Us Part 1, if I'm not mistaken, had a multiplayer added on later on. And I thought maybe with, since when you mentioned remastering, and I was thinking, oh, what new content does it have? I was thinking, I wonder if they're going to add a multiplayer mode. But I saw that you read that there's like a new, different kind of mode where you take on different kinds of enemies. I mean, it's still content. Content is content, but
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, pretty good. I mean, pretty good stuff. I like it. I don't know if I'm gonna get it because I haven't even beat the original version yet. But pretty
Yeah,
cool.
I think overall it is a win because for people who already own the original version, you know, it's only $10 and you get it sounds like a lot of new content. But yeah, it's interesting that you point out the the MW3 thing because that was actually another thing that I wanted to bring up that I forgot to mention. I wanted to ask, were you gonna buy MW3 or have you bought it? And then
I've
also,
already grinding, already grinding.
I knew it. I knew it, bro.
Okay,
And
so let me tell you why I bought it. I
yeah,
bought it
yeah, for
because I
sure.
played the beta and the multiplayer was enough for me. I was like, this is enough. These changes, the maps, it's enough for me. And if it's gonna be the only way that I get to play it, then I guess I got to pay the price of admission. So went ahead and bought it.
Yeah, I have not played any of the betas, so I don't know, but it is something that I have been considering. I know the campaign was obviously very disappointing.
Trash,
Yeah, it was 3 4 hours long.
trash.
Yeah, which is it sucks too because I got so invested into the story with Modern Warfare 2019 and MW2. So the fact that this is kind of like I guess the end of it, at least for like the next couple of years, it feels like so rushed and like so I don't even know how to describe it, but it sucks. But like you said, the multiplayer obviously is like the bread and butter for Call of Duty, and if it's you know if it's good for you, then obviously it's worth the 70. Me personally, I'll probably wait until it's on sale, or I can find
There's
some.
usually like a Black Friday sale, after a COD release, I believe.
Yeah, I'm gonna wait for the Black Friday to see if there's like a you know maybe 20% off or something like that. If not, I'll maybe look on like OfferUp or whatever, find some chump selling it for half off. But
That's what GameStop. That's the GameStop logic.
yeah, dude, you know you just gotta you either become you know you're either like a victim or you become them. So I'm gonna become them, but it's interesting that you mentioned like you know it was worth it for you and stuff like that. Obviously a lot of people have been calling MW3 like a DLC, you know, and all that stuff. I've even called it
Yeah.
that myself.
Yeah.
Here I have a tweet here. I think I'm still screen sharing, right? Okay, yeah,
Yep.
yeah,
I
I
see
am.
it. Thank you.
So this is I don't know if you know him. His real name's Tucker. He goes by Jericho on YouTube and stuff like that, Twitch. He's like an OG Call of Duty commentator slash content creator. I've been watching this dude since I was in high school, and he actually went ahead and tweeted something out that I liked. He went and said, MW3 let me down so hard that I uninstalled it on launch day. I got the game for free with zero expectations. It's a $20 DLC for MW2, and it's insane for anyone to suggest otherwise. as Nicki Minaj slides into Ellie with full diamond camo guns from last year while I shoot my zero attachment Uzi. And then he followed it
Yeah.
up. Yeah, he followed it up with saying, motherfuckers in the reply acting like I haven't spent more time in the game studios with the people that make these games than they've played them. There was literally a plan for this to be DLC at $40 price point. There was a plan to skip the full game dev this year. It is not excusable. To me, I've been watching this dude for a decade, if not more. And to me, I take him on his word. Like, those rumors that we heard before MW3 started to get leaked and stuff, those rumors that we heard that MW2 was a 2-year Call of Duty game, I think they were real. Like, I think this was supposed to be a 2-year, like, breaking the traditional Call of Duty cycle and stuff. I think it was originally intended to be that. And MW3 was, like he said, there was literally a plan for it to be DLC at $40. But instead they decided to pretend that it was a brand new game and charge an additional, $30 for it or whatever. And I don't know, it kind of rubs me the wrong way.
I agree. I mean, all the rumors and stuff. I think there was too much. I think so much information came out during that period that it was pretty clear that it was supposed to be add-on DLC. And then I guess even once the game like released in beta, people pointed out that the game itself, like Modern Warfare 3, didn't have any like trophy system or like achievement system.
Mm,
Everything was tied into Modern Warfare 2, which was like a clear indicator that it wasn't its own standalone game. So I think at this point, I don't think it's like a mystery. I think everybody should pretty much know that this was always going to be DLC content.
yeah.
But like he says, the price point, $40 seems more in line for what you get. Because if you think about it, Modern Warfare 3 is broken down into like essentially like three categories. There's the campaign, the multiplayer, and then they added zombies. Zombies is
Mm,
pretty awesome. I've been playing zombies. I've been having a lot of fun with it. I think it's more in depth than people would expect. Me especially. Um,
mm.
so if you kind of break it down, you have three new modes. If you were to charge $10 a piece for each mode, and then you upsell a little bit, yeah, I mean $40 seems more in line. But yeah, they charge the full $70 as what else costs $70? You're gonna get games like Elden Ring for $70. You're gonna get The
Mm.
Legend of Zelda for $70. You're gonna get Game of the Year style of games at $70. And Activision, yeah, they're tripping. They're tripping charging that much. But I think their business model is just tr- charge because that's what we charge, and they'll pay it because they have no choice to unless they don't want to pay at all. So I don't know.
I
It,
mean,
it's messed up.
yeah, like you kind of said it, like they can charge what they want to charge because people will continue to pay for it. And that's kind of like where we're at, I guess, with Call of Duty is like, I don't know, I feel like the last few years there's been like controversy surrounding the franchise, but then every year it's like record numbers, like in terms of sales and stuff.
Yeah.
So it's like, do these issues really matter? Because you guys keep buying the game anyway, Like I personally, I didn't pay for MW2. I got it for free. So I can see myself
That's
buying.
what tap right.
Yeah, they hooked it up. But but MW3 is like, I'm still gonna buy. I already know I'm gonna buy it, but I'm not gonna buy it at $70 just because I don't want there to be kind of an incentive to like, yeah, we can release, X amount of content and people will still pay $70 for it. So I will hold out a little bit longer. If like Jericho said, if they had released it as DLC to MW2 at $40, I would have bought it day one, like out of my own pocket, because it seems appropriate. Like you said, zombies seems pretty good. Multiplayer, of course, seems really, really good. Like they made some obvious improvements and listened to community in that aspect. But obviously the campaign is lacking, and I think that was due to the very fast developer cycle and stuff. And it's kind of like it's not worth $70 to me. Like you said, Tears of the Kingdom cost $70. I got a full finished game with that. Like it made the previous entry to that game, like Breath of the Wild, one of the best games ever created, in my opinion. It made it look like a beta test. Like that's how much farther,
Wow.
like that's how much farther ahead Tears of the Kingdom was, in my opinion, at least in terms of the story, the writing, the actual mechanics of the game, and like what they improved upon. It felt like a huge improvement over Breath of the Wild, and I feel like MW3 is not quite at that level compared to MW2, so I'm not willing to pay the same amount of money, but I will pay $40, $30, whatever it is. But yeah, it's like if you want things to change, you guys gotta stop buying Call of Duty at $70. Wait till it goes on sale, buy it used, whatever you have to do. But yeah, it's kind of a weird situation. I have been seeing clips of the multiplayer though, and every time I see it, I'm like, I kind of want to buy it right now. But
Yeah, that was I was gonna say like there's nothing wrong with waiting, especially considering how the game just launched and it's there are some bugs, there are some visual bugs,
mm,
there were some spawn issues that still need to get addressed. I believe even some maps got pulled from the playlist because they had broken spawns and people were getting farmed like crazy. Um,
no,
so yeah, so if you want to wait a little bit, more incentive to wait until the game gets a little bit, more polished. Um, Going back to the
yeah,
price point thing, I think one way that Activision can kind of make up for this price point is if they continue to add like some more content
mm,
that would normally be paid for as like an included price. I think that would be, that would be kind of cool. Like if they continue to add like some Modern Warfare 2 maps, um, I think I saw that their next update is going to be bringing some like original maps. But I mean, if they want to keep up with the Modern Warfare 2 theme and bring us back some like more OG maps, and then just keep including some of that content, maybe some free bundles or whatever, I think that'll kind of win back the trust a little bit because at least we'll be getting our money's worth over the course of the game's lifespan. Um,
yeah.
but yeah, for anyone that wants to wait, I say go ahead, go for it and wait. Wait till the game gets a little bit more polished because yeah, dude, it's kind of buggy, dude. It's a little buggy, not broken, but it's pretty buggy.
Yeah, I saw oh, I think I found it actually. I saw a little bit of I guess like a teaser of what's coming season, when is it? November
Those yeah,
17th. Oh
those are the
yeah.
new yeah, those are new original maps.
Greece, Meet, Rio, and training facility launching in early December. Yeah, that's like incentive to actually buy the game. Um
Yeah, more incentive to wait until like, December, maybe, like a Black Friday sale, or maybe there'll be some kind of like bundle sale, or if you get a gift card for Christmas, you can go get yourself Modern Warfare.
I think actually now that you mentioned bundle, I think they're selling PS5 bundles right now with MW3 included, and it's still the standard retail price of $500 for the disc model or whatever.
Oh, that's not too bad.
Yeah, it's like you get a free MW3 with the purchase of your with your PS5.
Imagine
So
being like a 14-year-old kid waking up Christmas Day and you get a PS5 and Modern Warfare 3.
oh my god,
Whew.
dude. I did you ever see that video of the kid getting the N64 for Christmas and I think he cries?
Yep,
That'd be
that
me.
was literally me.
Yeah, that'd be
Yeah.
me. I'd be all over it, dude. You wouldn't see me for the rest of the day. But yeah, MW3 super interesting game. I don't know. I'll for sure buy. I already know it's Call of Duty. I'm gonna buy it. I bought all the other ones except Vanguard. I did not buy Vanguard. I actually held out on that one. But
Yeah, I skipped Vanguard too, and it was made by this same team, Sledgehammer.
oh, was it?
Yeah,
Wait. Sledgehammer is in charge of MW3?
yeah.
Oh, I thought it was Infinity Ward still.
No, no.
Wait,
So everything
cuz
got handed over. The multiplayer got handed over to Sledgehammer.
that's crazy because I like not as a part of my YouTube, but in like my obviously my real name, like my real persona, I do play testing for Activision, and it's still been at Infinity Ward Studios. So I thought it was Infinity Ward because I've been invited to play test MW3 before it came out, but I never accepted it. But I was invited and it was at Infinity Ward Studios in like Woodland Hills or whatever, so I thought it was still MW3. Sorry, I thought it was still Infinity Ward for MW3.
Yeah, I think it's because of all the I think because of the carry forward system, there might be like of course some involvement with the Infinity Ward studio because they have to transfer over all of the Modern Warfare 2 assets. But
Ah,
yeah, all the
okay.
multiplayer, all of these the maps were designed, the movement, the gameplay is designed by Sledgehammer Games. And the
Oh.
interesting thing Interestingly, when Vanguard released, people said that they actually liked the gameplay mechanics, like the gunplay, the movement. People liked Vanguard. They said it felt like a souped up Modern Warfare 19, but people didn't like the World War II theme aesthetic. It just turned a lot of people off. So
Hmm.
what's funny is that this is kind of like Sledgehammer's like redemption with this multiplayer because people are super happy about the movement. They even have like a playlist right now of where they're doing like experimental changes to the multiplayer, and
Oh
it's
my
like its
god.
own separate playlist. And when you log on, it says experimental playlist, and it says play the modes and give us feedback on how feel about the changes. So it looks like Sledgehammer's trying to make things right with the hardcore multiplayer crowd.
Yeah.
Obviously, the game's not perfect, but it seems like as far as movement and stuff, people are a lot happier with it.
That sounds a lot like something that Blizzard did with Overwatch 2, where they had this playlist where it was experimental, where it was like test these features before they actually make it to like the live game. And it was like changes and stuff that you could experiment with, where they would buff a certain hero or they would nerf a certain one, or they would completely change an ability of certain one and stuff. I don't know if they still do that actually, but that sounds cool. That sounds like a really good idea to get like actual player feedback.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, this is kind of like it's like do or die for Call of Duty. Like they had to make something right despite the
Yeah.
disaster that was, the delays, the acquisition, of the Microsoft acquisition. There was just so much drama. Remember they had like all that behind the scenes stuff, like their executives were like, you know, fired for
Yeah.
harassment or whatever. Bobby Kotick like finally stepped down after they sold or whatever, and just so much drama. And I don't know. I feel like a lot of that, like they always say that leadership starts at the top and everything just rolls down. And with all the drama and the BS that's going on at the top, I feel bad for the devs that have to like deal with this BS. They're just
Yeah.
trying to make like a good game and they have to deal with so much. There's just so much like unknown factors, and I'll always be a Call of Duty fan. Paying $70 for what I paid for might not be worth it, but I mean, I wanted to play, and it is. I don't know. It is what it is. And I'm not. I'm kind of a frugal guy. I consider myself. I don't spend my money on too much random stuff, so
Yeah.
it's okay. I'm not gonna go homeless. I can. I'll be all right for a little bit.
You guys heard it here first. AB says to buy every single Call of Duty game, no matter what controversy it is. Spend that
No,
$70, and
no,
you better enjoy it, or else he'll come for
no,
you.
no, no. No, no. It's just I think I'll be okay.
No. Yeah, it's. I can already tell just off the multiplayer now alone. I already know that I would get my money's worth, and it just sucks because I know people don't buy Call of Duty specifically for the campaign, but I just wish the campaign was done better and they gave it more time to actually cook, because I was actually invested in this, new telling of the Modern Warfare story. And I was just very, disappointed with how they managed to wrap it up, because I'm pretty sure next year it's not Modern Warfare 4, right? It's like it's a new Call of Duty game. So,
Yeah, so I guess there are there were rumors since like last year about what 2024's Call of Duty game was going to be, and I believe it's supposed to go to Treyarch next, and Treyarch does like all the Black Ops series.
yeah.
So there were rumors of like a new Black Ops game. Some people want like the jetpack stuff to come back, and then and but the way that this game was handled and the way that the campaign ended, it left on a it didn't conclude. So people were wondering if either A, we're gonna get like some campaign DLC where they finalize and conclude this story, or will next year's game be, Modern Warfare 4? Um, or are they just gonna skip the year and roll out whatever Treyarch was working on? So I mean, if I mean, I don't know what their plan is, but yeah, the campaign is left unended, so there definitely needs to be a conclusion somewhere or another.
Yeah, if I had my my way, I would probably make it so that obviously MW2 was rumored to be the 2 year Call of Duty cycle. I would make MW3 the 2 year cycle. Give Treyarch a little bit more time to cook up on the next Black Ops game or whatever it is that they're working on, and then release that for what is it, 2025. But I mean, knowing Activision, they're probably not going to do that, right? So
I don't know, man. I don't know what's going on with them anymore. People are still insisting that they take a year off, but I don't think they will. And I think they proved it with Modern Warfare 2. Like they're never, or 3, they're never gonna take a year off.
yeah, it makes
Like
no
they're just
it.
gonna they
No, go ahead, go ahead.
Oh, no, no, no. No, I just, they kind of proved it. Like they're never gonna take a year off. They're always gonna release something, whether it's ready or not ready. Um,
Yeah.
I forgot to mention that the one pro to Modern Warfare 3 is that it doesn't necessarily kill Modern Warfare 2, because they always do that every year and I hate it. Every year they release the new game which kills their last game. But Modern Warfare 2 and Modern Warfare 3, they everything carried forward from Modern Warfare 2. So guns, bundles, even the maps. There's now there's playlists of Modern Warfare 2 maps in Modern Warfare 3. So I mean,
Yeah. I'm so,
there's that. So it kind of sort of feels like a 2 year game, but yeah, I just don't know what they're gonna do next year.
yeah, I think you said it right. I think they proved that they don't need to do the 2 year cycle because people will pay the 70 regardless. And
You're never gonna let me slide. You're not gonna let me slide.
no, no, no.
You're like, yep,
I
people proved it, AB.
no, no, no. I genuinely don't like. I don't really care if people buy it or not because I know it's Call of Duty at this point. I'm used to it. Even me, like you have me thinking about like, should I go to fucking around the corner to GameStop and buy MW3 right now? Like, it sounds fun, like it sounds fun. Um, I think it's just like the revolutionist in me. I kind of want to be like a little bit more conscious of what I spend my money on and stuff. But
Oh, for
realistically,
sure.
yeah, realistically, I've seen the gameplay. It looks fun. I see zombies gameplay. I see multiplayer gameplay, and I'm like, oh my god, I want to be in there so bad. But we're literally like what, a week and a half away from Black Friday. I'm just hoping there's some type of sale for it. But yeah. Either way, it's Call of Duty. It's gonna sell no matter what. It's fun pretty much no matter what. The only game I've skipped out on in like the last 5-10 years is Vanguard, and yeah, it's kind of. And another thing too, I we didn't even mention this. Another thing that makes me want to get it too is that like if I'm playing this too, like a lot of that stuff that I unlock and things like that, like it carries over to Warzone Mobile, which is obviously releasing next year too. So it's another reason to kind of like, as a mobile gamer, to kind of want to buy this game.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's interesting that you mentioned it right now because oh, these dogs just came rushing out of the room. I just heard like 45 paws running behind me. Um, but I was streaming COD Mobile last night, and one of my viewers, shout out to Corey Smooth, by the way. He sent me a bunch of Warzone mobile clips, and I was watching his gameplay, and the game looks like it's in a pretty good state. One thing that I asked him was, did it start to integrate any Modern Warfare 3 content? And he said no. He said no, it hasn't yet, which I think is kind of
What?
interesting because it's supposed to have side by side development, right? Anything from Modern Warfare 2 is going to be in Warzone Mobile. But now that Modern Warfare 3 has released, there is zero integration of weapons, maps, or movement changes. They haven't added that yet. But it could be maybe because Modern Warfare 2 Season 6, like the Battle Pass, it hasn't ended yet. I think that still has a few more days left. I think that ends in December, I believe. So maybe in December when they start like season 1 of Modern Warfare 3, then maybe they'll integrate some Warzone Mobile into Warzone Mobile. But right now, there is zero new like additions to Warzone Mobile, at least from like the crossplay stuff.
Wow, that's very interesting. I would imagine, yeah, maybe they're waiting for the battle pass to end, and then maybe there's like a new Warzone mobile update that's kind of synced with MW3 and stuff. But that's very interesting. I thought everything would have been like one in one, like when it gets updated in the console PC version, it gets updated in
That's what I
Warzone.
thought.
Yeah, that's
That's what I
interesting.
thought. I thought everything was one to one, day. If this bundle releases, it releases on mobile. If there is this weapon balancing, it's gonna release on Warzone Mobile. And right now, they haven't done any Modern Warfare 3 integration, which is kind of interesting because they basically missed all of the Modern Warfare 2 life cycle. It was
Yeah.
supposed to release a year ago, 2 years ago.
Yeah, that was one thing that I mentioned in I don't know if it was the last Warzone mobile video that I did or the previous one, but yeah, I mentioned that like they at that one event where they invited all the content creators and they had them playing a BR match, they really pushed the MW2 like cross progression and stuff like that, and they completely missed the release window for MW2. So they got to get on that because that was kind of like a big selling point for Warzone Mobile was like the
Yeah.
cross progression, your bundles carry over, your unlocked camos carry over and stuff like that. So that's interesting.
Yeah,
That
one of the reasons I was oh sorry,
oh, no, go ahead.
one of the reasons that I was camo grinding so hard in Modern Warfare 2 originally was because I was like, oh, if I can make it to like Orion camo, like the ultimate camo, then when I get access to Warzone Mobile, I can show off all of my, my Orion
Yeah.
camos, my mastery unlocks. Like I'll have that step up content wise, and then I still haven't had a chance to play. So I'm gonna wait till next year when they finally integrate Modern Warfare 3, and then I'm like on a whole new grind or whatever. It's so weird. They handle that game so weird.
Yeah, that's kind of the problem with like cross progression and stuff is that things need to be done at the same time to make sense. And they've completely missed that with Warzone Mobile and Modern Warfare 2 slash Warzone 2 slash DMZ. Like they're all kind of all over the place. And yeah, I don't know. I think they can still save it though. If they do bring that MW3 cross progression stuff and it actually releases while MW3 is like the mainline Call of Duty game, then it'll still make sense. But yeah, it is kind of funny that they pushed MW2 so much with Warzone Mobile and like it's already been succeeded. It's last year's games, like
Basically, yeah.
but yeah, I we've been going on for how long is it? An hour and 2 minutes. I don't want to keep you too long. I don't know if you're planning on streaming afterwards or not, or if you're trying to watch a movie or something. But I had one more topic that I wanted to bring up, if that was okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I actually changed it. It was supposed to be something else, a streamer drama and stuff, but I think this is more interesting. I'm gonna go ahead and share
All
my
right.
screen one more time. I know you'll be all over this. Hopefully, everyone else is into it.
Oh,
Mexican
let's see.
Congress holds second UFO session featuring
What?
Peruvian mummies as of 10 days ago.
Yo.
Yeah, man. I don't know what it is.
Oh
What
my god, dude.
they got X-rays of the skull. Look how thin the neck is compared to the skull
What the
itself.
hell?
And look how thick the brain is, dude. Like it's like a thin layer of skull. And I'm assuming this black and purple mass is the brain. This is not a human skull. There's
Whoa.
no way you can tell me this is a human skull. The reason why I'm bringing this up is obviously me and AB are very interested in aliens and all that weird stuff. But we actually talked about this. I think it was the first episode we ever did, or the second episode, where we talked about Mexico and they discovered some bodies of supposedly aliens and stuff, and they actually brought it forward to the Mexican Congress and all that stuff. And now apparently they're back with even more like evidence and stuff like that. Yeah, I'm not gonna read the whole article for everyone, obviously, but this is super interesting stuff. I mean, like this is like they're bringing this to Mexican Congress. Like it's not like they're uploading a YouTube video with no type of what is it, like peer reviewed sort of, information or anything like that. Like they're bringing this to the Mexican Congress and they're basically saying like, hey, this stuff, we found it, it's not from Earth, we don't know what it is. And you know, this is kind of it. But yeah, I thought
Dude, this is so interesting, man. I'm all over this stuff. I'm surprised I haven't seen this article. And this is what, November 7th?
yeah, November 10
Oh
days
my
ago.
God.
November 7th. Yeah,
Oh my
10 days ago.
God.
And this wasn't even, this is
The
just,
fact that I haven't heard it about this.
I just searched it up like
Oh no, sorry, go ahead.
aliens. Yeah, I just searched it up aliens in Mexico and everyone's talking about like November 7th AP News, November 7th Reuters, November 7th ABC News. Like it's just it's another case of like Mexican officials bringing it forward to Congress being like, "Hey, we found these bodies that we can't really explain and they don't really match any known like species on Earth or whatever." Obviously they're not straight up saying like the officials themselves are not straight up saying these are aliens or anything like that, but they're basically saying like the quote is there was absolutely no human intervention in the physical and biological formation of these beings. What else does it say? They're kind of
Do they
saving.
have like an estimated size of these aliens?
Let me see.
Because the last
um
one that they showed was like the size of a breadstick.
yeah, it was very very small. And no, this article doesn't. Let me see the other. There's like two or three more articles. Let me see. Oh, these are like straight up skulls. You can see my screen, right?
Yeah, I can see them. Yeah, I see the little breadsticks on the on that third image.
Yeah, this is saying that they found them in like Peru or whatever. It says when he presented two boxes with supposed mummies found in Peru, he, along with others, claimed that they were non-human beings that are not part of our terrestrial evolution. The report added the figures were almost certainly human made and that they are not remains. They are not the remains of ancestral aliens, but they have tried to. Oh wait, this is saying that they're fake. That's crazy because I remember the first report that they said I think they like invited scientists to come on there, and they could not prove that it was like not fake or whatever, and that's why it got so much attention or whatever. But I guess they're saying this
Is
might
it
not.
that same guy Jaime Maussan presenting these
Yeah,
aliens?
it's
Because he's
saying
the one that presented the last ones too.
yeah, it's saying right here this little I guess disclaimer. A screen displays what Mexican journalist Jaime Maussan claims are extraterrestrial life forms at the Chamber of Deputies in Mexico City. Tuesday, November 7th, 2023, Mexican legislators held another hearing dedicated to the potential for extraterrestrial life forms and UFOs following a controversial spectacle in September. Yeah, that's the one that we were mentioning. In which Malsan displayed that he said were non-human beings that are not part of our terrestrial. Oh, so that quote is from the previous demonstration. I thought it was from this one. So it's from the previous one. And
Some people really don't like Maussan. They just think he's like not like a fear monger, but what is it, like he just like spreading like misinformation. But I mean, I'm happy that there's someone out there that's like he's at least passionate about trying to dig up some stuff or some UFO stuff.
yeah, I
Every time I
mean,
watch like Ancient Aliens, there's that guy with the big frizzy hair. What's his name? Sukalos.
I don't even know his name, but I know exactly who you're talking about. Oh,
Aliens are
he's
real.
on the
That
cover
guy.
now.
That guy. He's the main guy, bro. That's my dude.
Oh, yeah, he's. I
That's the guy.
remember. I remember him. He was in every other
There he
episode.
is,
Oh,
looking
dude,
like Rick from Rick and Morty,
this dude has to be
all
like,
fried.
yeah, this dude has to be like 50. Look at how his hairline has stayed up.
He hasn't let that style go.
Oh, this is it. This is the meme image.
That's the one.
Aliens.
Alien. That's me, bro. That's literally me.
Oh my god, this guy's hilarious. I love that show, dude. It was so fun to
I think
watch.
his
Like,
name is Giorgio Tsoukalos. I think. I think that's
oh
his name.
yeah, Giorgio Tsoukalos. Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. Giorgio Tsoukalos. He's like the Indiana Jones of alien stuff. He even wears
Yeah.
khaki like everywhere he goes.
Let's see if I could find. Oh, he doesn't even pop up when you search up his name.
Mausan.
Oh, I was spelling it wrong. Yeah, this is him. He used to always pop up on like the noticias that my grandpa would watch, and
Yeah. Yeah.
he would always be
He's been
presenting
like one of
something.
like yeah, this guy since I was a kid has been like first of all, he's always looked the same. He's always had the
Yeah.
silver hair and this dude's never changed since the 90s.
He's always had the same build, same hair color, everything. This dude's been 65 for like 30 years now. It's
Yeah, for
crazy.
real, dude.
Oh, this
Yeah,
is
so
yeah,
yeah, he's that's the breadstick alien.
yeah.
That's the little breadstick right there.
Damn, it's really small. This is like the size of not even his chest.
Yeah, they were like probably like a foot and a half long. They were tiny.
Wow. Yeah,
And they were all
I've
dried up like
you mentioned that he's always been kind of controversial. I think in Mexico, some people kind of consider him like a grifter, like kind of like just someone who I don't know. I guess like kind of
like a
yeah.
like
Go
a
on.
snake oil salesman.
Yeah, exactly. I was thinking of the word, but like yeah, yeah. Like basically someone who peddles these rumors as like facts to kind of make money and stuff.
Right.
But that September Congress meeting that he presented that picture with, I don't know if it's true, but I remember reading that it said like they were welcoming like scientists to come test it and see if they could explain it, and like no one was able to explain it. And that to me kind of like made it be like, oh, well, that's interesting, you know. But then this one, this November hearing, or whatever, I guess people are just immediately jumping to saying like, yeah, like it says in 2017, Malsan made similar claims in Peru, and a report by that county's prosecutor's office found the bodies were actually recently manufactured dolls, which have been covered with a mixture of paper and synthetic glue to simulate presence of skin. So there's like I don't know, there's like a weird like some people are straight up saying like he's making dolls, you know, to appear as aliens, and then there's some situations like this whole September briefing where he's literally going in front of Congress being like test it, and then nothing comes out, you know, like I don't know what to think, but
Yeah,
either
there was those aliens, those little breadstick aliens.
yeah.
There's some guy on YouTube who did like a whole breakdown of these little like aliens, and I guess according to his video and his analysis and his breakdown and everything, like he pretty much proved these breadstick aliens to be fake. I guess
Mm,
they're like an amalgamation of like animal bones and like I guess you just kind of like glue them together essentially.
yeah.
But I mean, hey, if you're trying to cover up the truth, what better way than to, add more lies on top?
Yeah, that's the thing with these things, like realistically no one's going to come out being like it's true, you know, cuz obviously the implications of that is like, oh shit, he actually found alien bones, what do we do about this, you know? But I don't know. At the end of the day, I kind of take everything at face value. It's still super interesting, obviously, and I had saw the articles in November about it, and it totally slipped my mind. But right now, it just came back, and I was like, oh, I have to mention this. But yeah, either way, even if these
Yeah,
things that he's presenting are fake, I still believe, dude. I still believe the aliens are
I believe. Alan the alien.
real.
Alan the alien. Have you
Well,
been watching Invincible?
no, I just closed that tab on
No.
accident. No,
They
I
had their third episode last night, and it's centered around one of the superheroes named Alan the alien.
oh, and has it
And
been good? Has it been good the new season?
I've been liking it. I've been liking it. It's been starting out a little slow.
Mm,
It's more into like character development. They're going into like some issues, like emotional stuff, because season one ended with like people dying.
yeah,
Season two has kind of been focusing on the emotional stuff, like how is everyone dealing with after what Omni Man did.
Yeah.
But it's getting good. It's starting to get really good. Last night's episode, it ended on a cliffhanger
Ooh.
for sure.
Where can you
So
watch
I'm
it, by the way?
invested. It's on Amazon.
Oh, okay, okay. I
Yeah,
can I can watch it
Amazon
tonight
Prime.
then. Damn. All I gotta say about
Yeah,
that
so I guess
is Goku Solo's Omni Man. No, I'm just kidding.
maybe. I mean, Goku is he just keeps getting stronger. So I don't think anyone can beat Goku.
No,
Omni Man
there's
would
a
give him a
lot
run
of
for his money, though.
anime characters that can I know Omni Man technically is not an anime character, but there's a lot of anime characters that can beat Goku. The only reason why I say that, I know it's kind of nerdy and stuff. I'm pretty sure I looked it up before. Omni Man's biggest feat is destroying a planet, but there's some context that matters. The planet was already unstable, I guess. And on top of that,
Oh,
yeah, the core itself, like the core of the planet was already unstable. And then on top of that, he had the help of three other Viltrumites. And it took them, even with all that, it took them 3 days to accomplish the task of destroying the planet. So that's what I've heard, at least. I haven't read the Invincible comics, if those that's a thing or anything like that. I've only seen the first season, but that's what I've heard is his best feat, is actually destroying a planet, but it wasn't by himself and it wasn't like in an instant or whatever. Um Dragon Ball characters are in terms of even just like anime itself, they're in like a whole other level in terms of like power and stuff like that. Back
yeah.
technically even before the events of Dragon Ball Z, Vegeta, his dad, King Vegeta, destroyed 3 planets with like a wave of his hand. Like he literally just powered up real quick and he just waved his hand and he completely destroyed 3 planets on his own. And his character, back when they still used like, you know, the scouters and like power numbers and all that stuff, he had a power
Mhm.
level of 10,000, which even Kid Gohan
Hmm.
in season 1 of Dragon Ball surpassed. So that just goes to show that like at this point in Dragon Ball Super, like Goku, he's literally millions of times more powerful than King Vegeta ever was. So Goku very clearly could destroy like the whole universe if he wanted to, but he doesn't, obviously, because he's a good guy. Uh, so that's why I came to the conclusion that Goku solos Omni Man with no difficulty.
Damn. Well, you know what? You just presented it to Anime Congress, and I think yeah, I think you win. You win. You win.
You know what's crazy? I mentioned this just because I read this literally yesterday. I don't know. Did you ever watch Naruto?
I never got into it.
Oh, okay. Well,
Never watched it.
like it's they got, you know, powers and stuff like that, but realistically in terms of like anime characters, like the Naruto universe is actually kind of weak compared to like for example Dragon Ball or like other popular
Yeah, because
animes.
they never leave Earth, right? Everything takes place on the planet.
That's the thing. Up in the original Naruto, like the when they're kids, no, it's purely earth based. And then in Shippuden, the second series, literally up until like the last maybe 10% of the episodes, it's purely earth based. And then that is when they introduce like aliens and like beings from other universes and stuff like that. And so in Boruto, which is like the newest series of Naruto's son, that's when they actually start to introduce like some very like anime worthy powerful characters and stuff like that, you know? And I was literally reading like a couple days ago the latest chapter of Boruto. Boruto, who's Naruto's son, is now like a planetary level threat in terms of like anime characters. Like he can destroy the planet on his own basically, which is something that you couldn't really say definitively before with other Naruto characters. I might be wrong. Maybe Naruto could destroy the planet if he really, really wanted to. But before that, it wasn't never really like spoken about that. Like, yeah, this Naruto character can straight up destroy the planet if he wants to. But they have now caught up to that point. So I just wanted to mention that, like they're getting powerful now. But before they were basically just ninja with like cool flashy abilities. But now they're like taking on
Yeah.
aliens and destroying the planet and stuff.
Oh damn! And that's still going, the whole Boruto series.
Yeah, yeah. It actually got a lot of flack because it was considered bad, but now I think the original creator of Naruto has like retaken the sort of like writing and ownership of Boruto, because it was originally someone else that he kind of passed the reins to, and I guess he took ownership back of it again, and now he's writing it, and now it's getting like really good apparently. So
Oh wow. Dang.
yeah, but yeah, that's pretty much all I had to talk about. Invincible coming to Fortnite. You guys can buy Invincible, Omni Man, or what is this girl's name again? Adam Eve.
Adam Adam Eve.
Yeah, it says like the second season now finally been released November 3rd. Okay, so it doesn't have a release date for the actual when these games when these
Oh,
skins
so
come
no
out.
release date for the. Oh,
Yeah,
that's interesting.
I guess these were like data mined maybe. But
Maybe.
yeah,
I
but
know they
they're
added Omni Man to Mortal Kombat, and he's got some pretty cool moves.
oh my god, literally he's the reason why I want to buy the game, because I heard all his voice lines and I saw his gameplay. He looks so OP even for Mortal Kombat like character standards. He can literally like he's so fast that he kind of basically just teleports to like where you launch them. And I think he can finish people off by he moves so fast to them that he literally just like he just breaks through them and he just covered in blood and they kind of just dissipate. And yeah, he's so cool. And he's probably the reason why I'm gonna buy this skin in Fortnite and also Mortal Kombat
Yeah,
1 or whatever.
yeah. I would actually want. I would actually want Invincible over Omni Man. I'm a big Invincible fan. I think he's so cool.
Yeah, he's cool too. I like that he's voiced by Steven Yeun too. I liked him a lot in Walking Dead.
Yeah, yeah, dude, he
Yeah.
was awesome in that show, man. Remember when they busted his head and his eyeball popped out?
Oh my god, dude, don't remind me. I'm gonna cry again.
Dude, that was after Rick left the show. I stopped watching The Walking Dead.
You know what? I stopped watching after they spoiler alert, obviously, but I stopped watching after they killed Carl.
Oh, he's dead.
You didn't see that? That happened before Rick leaves.
Carl's dead.
Yeah,
No.
yeah.
Carl.
He died, dude. He died like a whole season before
Wait,
Rick leaves.
really?
Yeah,
Because
he
Carl
helped.
was missing an eyeball.
Yeah, he gets shot like in the cheek, and it takes out his eye, and then later on, it was the dumbest death, dude. If I'm
Oh,
being honest. And then he saves a random character that like gets introduced into the main cast or whatever, but he saves a random, but in the process gets bit. And then he has like a whole episode dedicated to him where it's like his last day. So he's like writing letters and like he's spending time with like his sister one more time and stuff, and then he dies at the end of the episode.
see, I could have swore. See, I remember the show differently now. I remember something. They had that big fight. Rick washes up on a river bed or whatever, or the side of a river, and they pick him up. It goes into a helicopter and disappears. And then I want to say that I remember Carl taking care of Judith, the little baby
Yeah,
sister.
yeah, yeah.
And then I guess like all of a sudden it like fast forwards like 7 years, and Judith is like a 7-year-old girl with like the cowboy hat or the deputy
Mhm.
hat or sheriff hat, whatever the hell it was. Um, but I don't remember Carl now.
No, yeah,
So maybe
he saves a character that later becomes the group's like main doctor or whatever. And but in the process of saving him, he gets bit in the ribs, so it's not even somewhere where like they can chop off his arm or whatever, you know. He gets bit in the ribs, and he knows it's like it's over. So he just kind of there's a whole episode dedicated to him where he's just like his last day, and he's like enjoying time with his baby sister, and he's like writing a letter to Rick to give after his death and stuff like that. And then at the end of it, he saved Negan attacks their village, but he saves everyone by telling them to go into the sewers. So Negan attacks, and then he's like, "Where is everyone?" And everyone's actually in the sewers, and Carl's the reason why everyone survived. But then Rick comes down, and then he sees Carl, and he's basically like on his deathbed, and then that's when he tells him like, "I got bit," and then that's the end of Carl. And then what you're thinking of when Rick gets picked up in the helicopter or whatever, and then like years pass and all that. That's actually after um Carl's death, like many years, I think, like a couple years at least after Carl's death. And yeah, like it was.
Damn, my memory is not. It's not what it used to be.
But
I
yeah,
mean,
that
well, that happened. What that season it happened in like what 2015? Earlier than that, whatever that was.
yeah, it was
It's
a
been a
long time.
while. It's
It
been a
was a
few
long time
years.
ago. Yeah, it was a long time ago. I heard too that it was like a in real life. It was like a whole messed up situation because apparently the actor for Carl, like, he bought a house in Atlanta thinking that he's still going to be on the show, and like he chose a college that was in Atlanta so that he wouldn't have to like commute that much, and then they just killed him off and took him off the show, and it was like a whole thing. But yeah, they continued to do a
That's
few.
crazy.
Yeah, they continued to do a few more seasons without him, even with Rick, and then eventually Rick obviously leaves the show too. I think Michonne leaves the show as well, but then comes back like in the last few episodes or something like that. And yeah, but those were my two favorite characters was Glenn and Carl. So once when they killed Glenn, I knew it was coming because I read the comics. So and that's what happens in the comics. So I knew that was coming. But when they killed Carl, Carl is not dead in the comics, or at least I haven't read it in the last couple of years. But he's not dead up until the point that I read, and he's actually like supposed to be the main character. Like it's supposed to be his story, even though technically Rick is the main character or whatever. Um, so
Wow.
yeah, that was like super surprising to me. I thought Carl was supposed to be like the new Rick. I thought they would have killed, Rick eventually, but then like they kind of elect Carl as their leader or whatever, but no, they just straight up killed him.
Damn.
Yeah.
R.I.P. Coral. Coral.
Coral.
Coral.
But yeah, that's pretty much all the topics that we have to talk about today. Hope you guys enjoyed the yeah, hope you guys enjoyed the episode, and if you did, leave a like on it. It helps me and AB out, of course, and it helps us out to let us know that we should do these episodes more often. But yeah, if you guys have any interesting topics that you guys would like to hear us talk about in the next episode, then make sure to leave a comment with that as well. But yeah, that's pretty much it for me. AB, you want to give a little outro for your channel?
First of all, I want to give everybody a huge shout out and thank you for watching this episode. Thank you to Jaboozle for presenting so many awesome topics to talk about. And I appreciate everyone who continues to support both of our channels. Yeah, we're Jabs on the road to 25K. I'm on the road to 10K, and it's been an amazing experience. And I appreciate you guys. I hope you guys are excited for the next podcast episode of Beyond Mobile.
Beyond. Well.
Beyond. Beyond. Beyond.
What's up, guys? Jaboozle here. But yeah, appreciate you guys checking it out. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it, and we'll see you in the next one. All right, if you guys are watching this on my channel and you haven't subscribed to AB, then please make sure to do so. He's on that grind to 10K subs, one of the dopest content creators in the mobile scene right now at the moment. And yeah, that's pretty much it for me. Hope you guys have a fantastic day, and stay safe.
See you guys later. Peace.
Peace.